Merry Christmas! Stay with us for a holiday gift that you can use throughout the year. Hi, I am Trixie Esquera, and this is Good News Pilipinas TV. Our special guest today is a multi-awarded OPM hitmaker known for his Christmas songs, a TV host, and a successful businessman who will share with us the gift of wisdom and timeless music to inspire us this 2022. Let's welcome Filipino music and business icon, Mr. Jose Marichan.
How do you do, Trixie?
I'm feeling good. How are you,
And
sir?
a pleasant good morning to you.
Thank you very much for being here with us. Mr. Joe Marie, most people know you as an iconic singer and songwriter, but some still don't know that you are also a very successful businessman. Can you
Well, I would
share with
say,
us? Go
yeah,
ahead,
I would
sir.
say I'm a very competitive sugar businessman.
There you go. So, can you please share with us the greatest lesson that you have learned from your family or mentors when it comes to business?
When it comes to business, I learned from my father, from my late father, that you have to be a hands-on businessman. You cannot delegate to others. You have to work as a team, but be hands-on. The planters in Negros always told me that the best fertilizer in any farm is the owner's footsteps, meaning you have to be there. You cannot just do it by long distance.
I agree. I agree. Thank you for that. I also have two businesses, and that is very true. We have to be hands on. Thank you for that. Mr. John Marie, you are a proof that you can truly have it all. How did you manage to pursue your passion for music while also running a business empire all these
Yeah.
years?
Yeah. Actually, it was difficult at the very beginning because all my life I was passionate towards music. And my father, who was a businessman, he was the one that started the business, and I merely inherited the business from him. He would always not nag, but he would constantly remind me that it's important that his son, meaning me, would someday take over the business because a lot of people are dependent on us. A lot of employees, people are dependent on us. And at the same time, he was tolerant with my music. He he would always remind me that music could be a good hobby, but no, never let it occupy your whole time because you have to set your priorities. And to me, I grew up knowing my priorities. Number one, my family. Number one priority. Number two is my business. And number three, music is my hobby because I cannot go through life without my music. You know, there's always a desire to express myself musically in words and music all through grade school, high school, college days, and after that. So there was always that passion. So it's a challenge to balance the two that my father has taught me.
Thank you very much. We see there's already lots of tips right there. We have to learn how to prioritize and still find time for what we are passionate about. Thank you for that. So, sir, what
Yes,
advice
because
can you?
because I had friends, for example, who at their later years told me, he
Mhm.
said, I regret that I didn't pursue my passion in this or that or this. And then I said, well, it's not too late. It's not too late. You can still do it. And he says, yes, but the passion is much less. So
Ah,
while you're young, do it.
wonderful. So, from that phrase or advice, while you're young, do it. What advice can you further give to the young people who want to pursue it, but they're struggling with pursuing their dreams?
Okay, you have to be realistic that in our country, perhaps you may not be able to afford to support a family just purely on music. It's just it's just that way in our country. Not that I'm putting down the Philippines, not that I'm saying it's a third world country. No, I'm just saying that you have to be practical, that one cannot support a family purely on music. So you have to find a stable profession. Be a lawyer, be a businessman, be a doctor, or be a professor, and then you can do your passion on the side, whether it be painting or music or whatever you have.
I
Okay.
am back. I'm sorry about that. So,
It's all
sir,
right. All
I
right.
was saying you have a lot of iconic songs. And you also have your 2019 collaboration with Filipino music artists like Ben and Ben for the first Asia made holiday single on Spotify. And so we are curious. What is Jose Marichan's favorite song of all times? And maybe ask you to sing a few lines from that.
Okay, that is a good question to ask, Trixie, because I have written over 100 songs, and each song is a special child for me. From the womb of my heart, from my soul, from my brain, I wrote that song. Some songs would take several weeks to finish. Some songs would take 20 minutes to compose, you know, but each one is special. I always tell people that each song that I have written feels like a child of mine. And so each song, each child is special, and they were born under different circumstances. In fact, if you give me a title of a song of mine, I can tell you exactly where I was, how I was, and what conditions there were that made me write that song. So over 100 songs. One day I'd like to, if you have more time, I'd like to sit down with you and then go over these songs if you have the patience to listen to them.
That is so sweet. So, sir, did I get it right? You couldn't really pinpoint one favorite song.
No, it's hard because it's like asking me who is your favorite child.
Okay, how about top three?
The top three,
Will
well,
that be easier?
based on the sale of records and
Okay.
CDs and cassettes. Based on that, my number one would have to be Christmas in Our Hearts. Number two would be Perfect Christmas. Number three would be Beautiful Girl. Number four would be Please Be Careful with My Heart. Number five would be A Love to Last a Lifetime. Number six would be Deep in My Heart. Number seven would be Can We Just Stop and Talk a While? Number eight would be Tell Me Your Name. Number nine would be Afraid for Love to Fade. Number 10 would be Refrain. So I can go on and on and on. So far, I've given you 10 songs.
Wow. Sir, is it okay to ask a line or two from your number one song that you mentioned earlier?
Okay. The line from the number one song would be uh, Let love, like that starlight on that first Christmas morn, lead us back to the manger where Christ the child was born.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for your time for us this afternoon.
Speaking
Sir,
of time, Trixie, speaking of time, may I recite some lines from another song which refers to the value of time?
of course, go ahead.
Okay. Um, there are things I wish I had told you. There are words that were left unspoken. It was sad that I had to see you go. Couldn't make you stay with me a minute longer. Love was all we had between us, but that wasn't enough to keep us. There was so much more we could have shared if we only had more time together. It's like saying goodbye to a place where I have left so much undone. We could have gone where we could follow the sun with not a care in the world as we run. but sometimes love has a way of not turning out right. It comes in the morning and leaves in the night. Had I known that I would lose you sooner, I would have tried to stretch the hours longer, and we might have loved each other more if we only had more time together.
Oh, ang ganda po at nalungkot po ako. Damang-dama. Thank you for sharing that with us and for reminding us how we should really make use of our time wisely. Thank you, sir. Sir, would you like to share your upcoming projects with our viewers?
Well, to be honest with you, I cannot brag that I have an upcoming project because I have none. This pandemic has made me work from home, stay home. But you know, one thing, Trixie, that this pandemic has done, it has brought me closer to God. It has brought me closer to God so that every day I hear Mass online. And every day, my wife and I, we pray the Holy Rosary, because then you realize that really time, we don't own time. We don't know how much longer we have in this life. We have lost so many friends in the last 2 years, not all to COVID, but we have lost so many friends. And, then you, each time you attend a Zoom Mass, Novena Mass, and you listen to the eulogies, then you realize how precious time is. And I don't know. I wish that I could, okay, to be honest with you, I wish I could write a musical. Like,
Oh,
name me
mhm.
your favorite musical, Trixie.
I would have to say it's Annie.
Annie.
The yes.
Okay, that's one. But I have an assignment for you. Okay,
Okay.
look, go to YouTube and look for Carousel
Okay.
by Richard
Noted,
Rogers,
sir.
Oscar Hammerstein. Carousel. And okay, when we next time we talk, I will give you some more titles. But in the meantime, that is probably one project that I have that I would like to complete before I get older, before I lose my melodic sense. I want to write a musical about the Chinese Filipino, because my
Okay.
father was a Chinese immigrant who came to this country at the age of 13. He was escaping poverty from China. And so he came and he worked very hard all his life, and he built a business from a very simple beginning. And then that's the business that I inherited. I'm so proud of him. And every day I pray for his soul, to thank him for what he did in his life to make us all comfortable. So one day I want to leave also that legacy to my children, that they will remember me, that all my life I've loved them
Mhm.
and took care of them. You know, do I talk too much? Do I sound like a preacher?
Well, your voice is also music to our ears. Thank you very much, Mr. Jose Marichan, for your time. And whatever you shared with us today, especially the latter part, wow, that's gold for us. So maraming salamat po. And I'll talk to you in a bit, sir. Thank you very much. There we have it, mga ka-good news, Mr. Jose Marichan. And so, in one sentence, I want you to let us know in the comment below, what did you learn today from our guest? What could that be? One phrase, one sentence, gusto nyo one paragraph, that would be beautiful. So, let us know in the comment below. At abangan ang aming mga susunod na episode ng Filipino Pride Newsmaker. This is Trixie Esguerra for Good News Pilipinas TV.